What's good, everybody? Sorry about the struggle cam. My guys have hid my webcam here in the house. We had Club Kinganda today, so I don't know where my webcam is. And I was supposed to have a panel tonight on this topic, but sometimes you have to do things on your own. All right. So I don't know if my guys went to sleep, but we were going to have a topic called "Has the Black Community Failure to Invest in Itself Has It Caught Up?" And I think this is important because I'm from the African American community, and Kinganda is more about what's going on in Uganda, and next year we'll get into Kenya. But I think you'll be surprised to see the same issues that are almost consistent in both places. It's like pervasive. And can anybody hear me? And hold on, Liliana Addison, does anybody know what he's talking about? I'll tell you what you're going to be talking about. You're blocked. The stream just started. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, you'll figure it out from the block list. If you guys can hear me, press 1. What's up, Nyla? How rude can you be? Come in. What is he talking about? We'll learn how to listen. So, but I just want to talk about this because I've really been seeing this. That a lot of Black people and Africans complain about the same things, the same problems. We don't have this. Our best people are going here. Our best people are going there. We have Brother Ali here. But I just wanted to say this before we bring everybody on, because this is an open panel tonight. And I'll lead off with this. When you see, the Indians and the Lebanese here and the Chinese here and stuff like that, that's the answer, that the Black community has not invested in its own people. All right? You can be mad at white folks. You can be mad at racism. You can be mad at a lot of different things. But the one group of people that you also have to be mad at, if things are not what you want it to be, it has to be yourself. All right? Let me say this and be nice for a change in my life. Everybody else in the world that's Black, or everybody else that's out here. Oh, I didn't get the link. Everybody seems to be investing in their own people. We do it in spots. We don't do it enough. And this was going to be catered towards Black men. I thought I sent the link to everybody out. But today we're talking about a Black community discussion. So let me bring the guys on tonight that we're going to talk about this on the Hall of Game. So I have Brother Ali from Detroit, but let me introduce him to some people that I don't know. And this is an open hangout, so people want to come on. You can talk tonight. Brother Ali, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, Brother O'Shea. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hassani Ali from the D, your men's motivational coach, blogger, speaker, and advocate. Check me out on Coach Ali's Corner on YouTube, where I'm currently documenting my weight loss journey and helping brothers get motivated to do the same.
All right. And I thought I sent the link to everyone, but we're going to have Dr. Patrick D to come up here. I sent the link there. And, this topic was going to go on the main channel, but I wanted to move it to the Kingana channel because I felt like it was a topic that would resonate with the Pan-African community also and the African-American community. Do you feel that the Black community's failure to invest in itself is now rearing its ugly head?
Oh, absolutely. By leaps and bounds.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm seeing in the sector and what I'm seeing in large cities is where not only are we waiting for someone else to take the charge, but we only want to invest in what we think would push the the community forward. So you've been to Black expos and Black events before. You see the same things. See the hair products, people
Mm-hmm.
cooking.
Mm-hmm.
Shea butter. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
not tip. I mean, those things are important, but we don't have the industries that are going to make us a force to compete. So what I mean by that
Mm-hmm.
is we don't have a mortgage company,
Mm-hmm.
in our communities. We don't have any kind of manufacturing plants ran by
Mm-hmm.
us. We don't have like a stable where other communities can say we got to go to the Black community and get that thing.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's kind of what we're missing. But a lot of other communities are just extracting our talents and our resources and taking them elsewhere. And again, we take that as a form of making it. So every time you extract, your best people and your best talents, your community's left bare with no one to invest in it.
How do you feel that they're extracting? I mean, because I see it on the continent of Africa, but in the African American community, how are people extracting the brightest of African Americans and taking them other places?
So I mean, even with we can go anywhere from sports to to everyday jobs. I mean, for I'll take myself for an example.
Mm-hmm.
I had to end up going back to work full time. I'm actually in the mortgage industry, and a lot of people who are in that industry
Mm-hmm.
make a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
The mortgage industry does billions and billions of dollars in annual revenue, and if you had a company where these same underwriters, these same processors, these same closing agents, if that was given on our side of the coin, you know more African American communities can get better loans. They could get opportunities that they wouldn't get from a Chase or a Bank of America, because they know they can go to their own people and get the type of fair deal that as long as it's according to the government guidelines. But
Mm-hmm.
that you take your best and your brightest, and they're used in other communities. So like I said, for myself, as an underwriter, our athletes work for the NFL, NBA, NHL, and they gave up our Negro leagues. What's the black owned basketball league? I can't think of it by hand, but even to the simple things where we would have a small business that does well and then they get bought out.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever kind of momentum we get, it's immediately derailed by other communities extracting the talent by paying more, or they take those communities and buy them out and use them for their own benefit.
Mm-hmm. Okay, okay, and that's a great point. Brother Patrick is the one that gave us the topic. Brother Patrick, what do you feel about this issue here?
Oh, hey, how y'all doing? Hey, how's it going, Coach Ali?
Dr. D, it's been a while.
I'm doing good. I agree. You stated Coach Ali and myself. We go through your whole catalog. I watched the video from 2018, and the title of
Mm-hmm.
the video, what made me think of this was "In College with No Damn Books,"
Mm-hmm.
and you were giving, it's one of your videos, and you stated Black men will invest in everything but themselves, and when an
Mm-hmm.
opportunity arises, you will say it
Mm-hmm.
costs too much damn money.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the same stigma with Black men, and we can say the same thing with the Black community. We don't invest in infrastructure, we don't invest in
Mm-hmm.
technology, we don't invest in
Mm-hmm.
education.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and as you or Coach Ali was just saying, Coach Ali was saying, when other communities come along
Mm-hmm.
and they have better talent, pretty much it overtakes us. And not preparing for the future has killed us. So now, with the technological age we live in and with the coronavirus,
Mm-hmm.
many of us never prepared 20 years ago for everything to be tech, as we could say, be techy and be done from your home. So now we're on the odds ends trying to get jobs so we could still go to work. And
Mm-hmm.
failing to invest in that type of infrastructure, or to have our own. For instance, the guy, the AG that you did the videos on for Kentucky, guys like that in our community we don't really have any lawyers in the Black community that can give us advice on how to avoid conflict in situations. We have to go outside and seek other counsel from people that don't look like us to tell us how to do things, which is so sad. And take it for the guys on the Hall of Game. If we could be the leaders of the Black community, things would change. But we would never get the opportunity because people would say, well, them Black dudes don't know what they talking about. You could still go pimp women and do other things. And I would take this back to another video you made with Steve the Dean and Kevin Samuels. Kevin Samuels has said this: you cannot cheat the game. And the Black community has tried to cheat the game, and it is catching up with them. Shortcuts eventually land you back to start position when everybody else is past you. So that's where we're at right now.
You know, it's interesting. And and shout out to Sister Judy for the Cash App yesterday for the Kingana channel. You know, because I've been here and I'm finally getting a chance to leave next month, but I've been over here almost 9 months. And I get emails all the time from people that want to start over in Uganda trying to cheat the game. Like every day I see people going to other countries, Gambia, Ghana, and they don't want to take the necessary steps to be prepared to do well where they go to these places. And then they have the nerve to have an attitude, you know, like, oh, wow, they want me to have this much stuff and this much things in my bank account and all this stuff. Like it's even the same mentality of the Negro that wants to come back to Africa and cheat the game, you know? And you know what that mentality is, because when I always tell people here on this channel, people don't like my content when I say that. I say, you're dealing with people that come to the continent of Africa when they're white and they're Asian. Talking about people coming over here, a lot of folks coming with Oxford University degrees, people that have financial backing, people that have a lot of different things that you don't have. People who consult governments, not all, but you have people that come from NGOs, people who have connections. You know, when they come over here and make a leap, they're not cheating the game. You know, a lot of the Chinese, you know, they will be crooked here and there, but their community in certain ways haven't cheated the game. And then with the Black community, even with the people who want to stay in America, the hashtag ADOS or FBA people or the Pan-African people, the concept is, I want to come, I haven't invested in myself and I haven't invested in Black people at all, but I expect that I'm going to be great. And the issue that I want to bring out on this channel is a lot of the African-American people and even some of the African people that watch this, you're only as good as the people around you. You know, like life is not an individual sport. And what a lot of Black people think about is, well, I'm tired of niggas, you know, or they may say something like that. And if they're just going to go forward, but when other people you're competing against, you're not dealing with them as an individual. You're dealing with them as a unit, like you do with the Russian community. Like the Russian community is big in trucking. The Hungarian community is big in trucking. There's like one African-American trucker or a few African-American truckers. They're individuals. The Russians come in and they buy trucks like crazy. Same thing in the gas station business, convenience store. You might see your average African-American owner here or there that has a gas station. But you see Indians that own a lot of them. Arabs own a lot of them. You know what I'm saying? The Hispanics. You might see a Black person that have, you know, a few restaurants here and there. The Hispanics, when they come with their restaurants and their stuff, you know, tire shops, they're coming in deep. You know what I mean? So, and then their people, they pull their people up, you know, and that's one of the things that, you know, I want to stress. We as an African community, African-American community, Black men, and it starts with the men, importantly, we have to start focusing on, okay, I know that I'm doing well. Are we pulling our people up? You know, because we got to bring our people. Everybody practice nepotism except for us. You know, we got to push our people forward to be successful so that when that person becomes successful, they can pull somebody up. And a lot of the times I'm just not seeing that. I'm not seeing enough conversations about that. And when we don't do that, then you lose, because the Asian people, they're going to pull themselves up over you. You know what I mean? All the time. And Black folks, we look at each other like, oh man, I'm tired of dealing with them or whatever like that. And I just want to let people know that the reasons why their businesses are in our neighborhoods and your business not in their neighborhoods because they pull their people up. And it's happening all the time. It's happening in Africa every day. It's happening in Black America every day. So I wanted to stress that for the people that are watching, that the number one change for, whether you are, want to stay in America, whether you want to come back to the continent of Africa, the number one stage in your mind is, I got to work with our people to pull our people up. Now, they're hard to deal with sometimes, and we do know that. We know that as Black men, especially Black men, are very, very difficult to deal with. They can be. But at the end of the day, you're never going to have the autonomy you're going to have until you do that. Do you guys want to weigh in on that?
Actually, Oshay, I want to jump in really quickly because actually you touched a good point. One problem that we have in our community is that when we see someone accomplishing something or having a big feat, we tend to stay on the sidelines. And what I mean by that is, you're like, I should maybe do something. I should get into the game. And then you'll see someone on social media like 13-year-old attends college, and that's a big win. And that's a big win for us.
Oh yeah.
So we need to share this. We need to share this and encourage our sister or encourage our brother who's a 13-year-old in college. But at the same time, like, then we start to take our foot off the gas because someone else has done it, instead of trying to push more and more of our youth, to climb those academic feats. Or we'll see something where a black couple buys a block at 30 years old. We see these small individual feats throughout the country, but we take them as a collective win, and we don't. Where other communities is like, okay, that's great, but we gotta, what else are we doing? How else are we gonna move forward? We will take any small victory and give it a reason to take our foot off the gas. Because they see somebody already in the, someone already winning, somebody already in the lead, and it's saying, man, I need to reach out to them and say, how can I, be the next person to do such and such? It kind of becomes, well, someone's already doing it, so I guess, I can, chill out and try to figure out something else to do. We love to accept other people's wins, which are great. Don't get me wrong. You do want to celebrate your people's successes, but at the same time, it's nowhere near the amount that we need to have in order to resurrect these neighborhoods across the country.
No. Absolutely great. Go ahead, brother Patrick.
Yeah, I agree with Coach Ali. There are victories. We should be celebrating more when our people are able to do something substantial. You got to think about it. O'Shea, if you become a medical doctor, O'Shea shouldn't be looked down upon in the Black community. O'Shea should inspire other people to say, hey, other young Black men and women, I want to go to school to be a medical doctor. Well, who do I talk to about it? You talk to O'Shea. You wanna get into mentoring. You want to get into being a speaker. You talk to Coach Ali. The thing is, we have people that are successful in our community, but we push them away. And that's the sad part. I don't understand. To this day, I still don't understand when we have people that are successful that can really help build a Black community. Why do we keep pushing them away? And those people have went out and done the work and can come back and show you what needs to be done. And I said on the first stream we did in a while, I said, you know how sad it is when when people email me on LinkedIn or ask me, do you know anybody I could recommend for this software engineering job? Do you know anybody? I don't know anybody. The closest person I know, I emailed Gabe, and Gabe said everybody was tied up. It should be the way when people pass opportunities or to say, do you know somebody for this internship? I should be able to reach out to 20 Black folks and say, hey, put your child in this program, put your child in this program. I don't even have an arm's reach to do that. And it's sad. And that's the point where I've worked so hard to say, hey, now that I have gotten to a point in my life, I can look back and say, hey, I can tell these kids, get in this program, come here, go get this degree, talk to this person. And it's slowly dwindling down to where there is nobody to pick from. And I really don't know what's going on. Maybe y'all could give me some insight to it.
Go ahead. You want to talk about that?
really quick, I won't be too winded, O'Shea. And honestly, Dr. D, we're gonna have to find a way to, be a middleman for a lot of these positions because, as you know how LinkedIn works, it's a network. A lot of people who go from job to job, they keep their same contacts from previous jobs, and so that's how other people connect. People that are up and coming who may need a position or or trying to move up in the company. But I was going to make the point of a lot of people, especially our young folks, need to see us doing, excelling in our fields. I don't know what the environment's like where you're at, South Carolina, but Detroit, a lot of the young folks here are like, man, I'm not going to college. I'm just going to try to get into Chrysler like my dad did, and that's making it for them, because they're seeing their pops, make a good amount of money, or working at the post office. They don't see brothers, forex trading, or like brother Andre Hatchett with the mobile notary. We literally don't know what's out here for us. Typically when we tend to get on something, is we're jumping on a bandwagon of some sort. But if we show people that they can win and almost borderline gloat about the type of services that you provide in your field, is going to start asking people questions like, okay, how'd you get into that? What kind of requirements, or what kind of requirements you need to have to get in it. But we need to start being more. What's I'm looking for? We need to be more open, and and just promoting all of the fields that we're in. So for our engineers, we to really put our engineers to the forefront and say, hey, you could be a Gabe, you can be a keep it techie type of brother. For the people who want to do YouTube, they can point right to O'Shea and say, hey, he has 100,000 subscribers, go check him out. A lot of people are doing the YouTube thing, but they're using it to rant and rave, using like a vlog, instead of monetizing off the business. And so if we teach people all the fields that are available and match their assets and the skill sets to how they can make the money, I think we could make a major turnaround and start building these networks to start bringing people in and recruiting them, so we can start putting key people in key places.
Let me also say this. Being stuck here has been like very beneficial, because even me, like I always knew that the African American community had smart people, and I always knew that Uganda had smart people. But when you really tear down the layers of all the resources that the Black community actually has, you're blessed. People don't know that. Like if you're in the African American community, and if you come to Uganda has resources too, but it's not well as laid out as we have it. We have people who have authored books. We have HBCUs. We have medical schools and stuff like that dedicated to us. We have a lot more content of professional Black people online now. And when you come here, it's so hard for a Ugandan brother or sister to get this information, to get stuff like that. So, but even in a situation, pulling back the layers and connecting yourself to people is something that both of you guys did with me. I got an email from Dr. D. Hassani. I got an email from him one day, and we've been collaborating ever since. And that's what a lot of African Americans and the African community needs to do, is just start reaching out to each other. There's a brother by the name of Zach McQuesa, right? It's a true story. I'm in the mall the other day. This huge guy comes in, like, just sits where I was playing a video game, and he stops me playing the game, starts talking to me. I'm like, man, who is this huge dude, this big dude, right? So I thought, like, dude's a little weird. Well, I didn't know that this dude watched his channel. This is a guy that's a millionaire. He's a fighter, real estate agent, a fighter, businessman, entrepreneur, very bright guy. 1.1 million Facebook followers, 1 million YouTube followers, and he just do that for fun. And, had I not sat there and had an attitude with the guy, I would have missed out on an opportunity to collab. But we have a great podcast coming out, in the next day. So there are people that, are just available to talk to you, just reach out. Sometimes some people gonna tell you no, but you got to not be fearful of rejection. And a lot of Black people, we have so much talent in the African American community. Not only just that, in the Pan African community. Just in Uganda, there are people who are experts on agribusiness. People who are expert on health, research, stuff like that. All you gotta do is try to reach out to them, and you'd be surprised if you will do that, how many people are willing to work with you. You can make long-term connections, and then you can start pulling your people into other situations. Now, I'm not perfect, but I want to say this. Sister Judy can kind of vouch for me. You guys can vouch for me. Whenever I find information out in Uganda, I don't care how many views I get, I put the content up as much as I can. The reason why I do that is because I want to help our people have an easier shot than I did. I want, if somebody was interested in coming to Uganda, I want you to be able to have an easier time than I did. And the reason why I did it, because back in America, somebody did something for me without knowing me and made my life a lot easier so I wouldn't have to struggle, right? Our people did that for us. And what we got to start to do is we have to start thinking like that and connecting with our talented people and, have the mindset that, what, our people are smart. We can do things for ourselves. We don't have to have the same amount of money somebody else has. We don't have to start at the largest. We can start small, with things. And we can educate our people as we know different things, share information. Something that Brother Sonny Robinson might know, I don't know. Brother Edward don't know, I don't know. And all Black people have to do is just start communicating. If the African American community, and I noticed this, I know I'm being long-winded. I found out now, since I've been living here for 9 months, why an African person has so many more advantages over an African American. I'm talking about a person that is a Nigerian American and they are connected to their community. They have 500% more chances to earn money, 500% more chances to build wealth. Because number one, they know things that we don't know. They have a whole connection to people that we don't know, and because we don't necessarily know about that, or we don't collaborate, or we don't take certain trips, we leave a lot of opportunities on the table. We leave opportunities on the table to help each other, to benefit them, benefit us, and even African Americans. We leave a lot of opportunities on the table every day. And so what I want to say is, although investing in ourselves as far as educating, and investing is not always money, but even though we have done a terrible job at it, it's something that can be fixed fast. I think that I've seen, like, for example, I've met, people out here that are doing very well. They educate their people. Blacks are doing that in small spots. So what the African American community and the African diaspora community should just start doing is just start speaking. African Americans, Black men, start talking to one another. Black men, just reach out on email. Black men, start having respect. And I'll tell you one thing that I found out about Black people. Having respect, for one, goes a long way. If we come to each other correct as African Americans, as Black people, it go a long way. People will help you if you're just a responsible person. You're just a nice person. So, we have to start looking at people's success as your success. When I have this channel and we go out and do something, the video may not even do very good, right? But I know that it could make somebody else successful. If you become successful, then I become successful. We don't always have to keep the information to ourselves and stuff like that. We need to really look at investing in our people, investing in getting our people into positions that can help us. Because if we do that, then you don't get coons. I'm gonna leave it at this. A lot of people that you guys are seeing out there who are sellouts out in the Black world, and shout out to Brother George Macon. We create our own sellouts too. The people who hate Black folks, the people who go out and start sleeping with Becky and Brad and all that, a lot of that got to do with us. When you see Africans that leave and don't want to come back to their country and they get around and start doing well, they don't want to come back, that's because of how they've been treated. You see, when people feel unappreciated, they don't want to come back. And that's the problem that Blacks don't want. That's the elephant in the goddamn room. The African community turns a blind eye to that shit. The African American community turns a blind eye to that shit. And then you get mad when you get your people talking about you, like Nigeria. It's a true story. When you talk to the average Nigerian in America, you know why a lot of African Americans don't come to Africa? It's not because we hate Africa. I can tell you what, Africans talk a lot of, some Africans really beat down Africa. Man, don't go. Listen, you my boy, ain't nothing there. Man, it's a lot of corruption. It's a lot of crazy shit going on. So African Americans like, wait a minute. I was looking to go to Africa. You telling me not to go. Man, I will never go back. I'm staying in Canada. I'm staying in America. Okay. So those people are people who have been screwed over. Those people who had a bad experience. And a lot of those people, we have helped create that. You know what I'm saying? So if you help create that with our brother Dartavian, we have to start treating our people with more respect, because if they're talented, let's be honest, the white folks going to treat them good. All right. You know, you see all these blacks that are relocating, you know, white people, they look at our talented people as, you know, sports or engineering, whatever. They have Mesa. They pick them kids up 13, 14. They say, no, we're going to follow this kid. And by the time he come out of Harvard, he's going to work for us. You know, and then once they get him, you know, it's over. Once the white people get you, then they educate you Yale, Harvard, you know, they get a white girlfriend, white husband or whatever, they done. They done with the black community, right? But we sit there all day and we don't recognize them. It's our job to recognize our own people for what they can do for us, because if you don't, somebody gonna get them. And the people that's going to get them are going to be folks that are not black. You know, it's going to be the white society. So we have to really start looking at, okay, we got blacks in our community. We have some beautiful people. Let me shout out to our brother right here, Brother High Def and Brother Edward. I know these brothers, not personally, but they're very good brothers. They'll break their backs trying to help other black people. And a lot of times we focus on negative shit. We focus on the negative people. Why, when we have so many beautiful black people we can work with and do things with? You know, so we really have to start to really take that serious, because we can solve a lot of our own problems ourselves. Like 95% of the problems the black community has is solvable within the black community within a year, within the right mind frame. It's not like you don't have the resources or you don't have the money or you don't have the no. A lot of black people can solve their own problems. But I just wanted to weigh in on that because it's a lot of good things going on in Black America. People don't want to talk about that. A lot of talented entrepreneurs. We got people in every sector. In Africa, you have people in every sector. I've showed that here in Uganda. You have people in every sector that are talented, that are willing to work with you, that see your vision. All you got to do is connect with those people. Go ahead, brother. Any of y'all want to win?
Dr. D, you want to take this one?
Oh, you can go ahead, Hassani.
No, I was gonna just ask Brother O'Shea a question. So, you know, as you notice, the manosphere and Black YouTube is starting to raise their standards. If you notice, a lot of people are really investing in equipment. You're really starting to see people. You're really starting to see, as you know, as a Negro manosphere is parting ways. You're seeing people, I guess, tribing up with other brothers who are like-minded. And so my question to you is, what could be a possibility that we can see? I know this is just the internet we're talking, but what can you possibly see coming out of this, that people are now, content creators are now stepping their game up, buying better equipment, providing better content? What do you think can come out of this? Especially on the on the internet and in real life.
Well, it's hard to gauge because obviously when you have more content creators now, especially because of coronavirus, now you have more content creators because there's more need to have a additional income. So it could just be a result that people are stepping their game up because there's just more competition and people want to stand out. That could be one of the things. But really what you're seeing with some particular sectors, let's say, you have the Pan-African sector, you're seeing people that are looking for more things that are viable. You're starting to see a lot more collaborations. For example, there's a YouTuber here. He's not in the manosphere, but he's a guy called Farm Up. He's a guy that has a chicken farm that's in Bali. We're going to be there next week. And, with his content, you're seeing people using their content to gain collaborations with people, whether it's brands. And I think what the Black community is doing in certain aspects is using their content to link up with other Blacks to be able to do something more offline, whether or not might be conventions whether that might be investment groups, or whether there might be certain things. You see that more so in the Pan-African community. But I think that that's what you're going to start to see is people starting to do things that create different movements outside of YouTube. So, because social media content creation is a big business, as you know. So, if I can take, let's say, some of the money that I'm making on YouTube and I can invest something locally, then I'm gonna do that, right? I could use my skill set as a social media content creator to push toward that business. Let's say, for example, like Farm Up, Dr. Daniel, I talked to him today. He didn't know that his YouTube channel was going to help him sell more eggs, but it does. So I think what you're seeing is that other Black content creators are learning business tips from each other. They're learning how to grow. They're sharing their strategies, my strategy, and then whatever we're trying to grow offline as far as monetization, you'll start to see those people grow. And in order to grow, what people are starting to see, what the Black audiences are requiring more is value. So let me say this, in the Black sectors was known for, it was just messy shit. It was just gossip or drama. But now what you're seeing is, especially in like the space, like the Pan-African space, or even in men's spaces, people are looking for solutions. And so people are looking for things that are more value. And so if you want to have more value, then you need to have more, seem more realistic. You need to seem more trustworthy. You need to seem more like you're more serious about the business. So I think what you're seeing now is people doing that. I really don't know how it's going to go in the manosphere, but I think in the Pan-African space, which for me is a lot more, I think it's a lot more serious than the manosphere content. People are leverage it to, get deals with tourism boards, let's say, and people are leveraging to get, deals with investment authorities. Like if you look at like Dr. Harnett, so I think people are looking at using their channel to do different things and different avenues and move themselves forward in the local communities. So that's what I think is coming towards the future.
Yeah, and I agree. I'm glad that the manosphere and everything is causing the requirements and the price of entry to go up. We need that. Our community has set our standards so low for the longest to where that was acceptable. So now you have different brothers, as you were stating, creating different things. It's the thing is, it gives people hope that I can create something. I'm just waiting on I saw one channel, a farming channel, a Black guy, they're farming. In the Black community in the South, since I'm from South Carolina, my granddad was a farmer. He actually won Farmer of the Year in the 1960s for the whole state.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Farming, agriculture is in my background. That's how I learned. I mean, the tractors, the combines, and all that stuff. So that's big and down here. And it is good that we're starting to see some good bit of the Black community starting to get back into farming. That is a big thing. I mean, it's expensive now, but it is good to see brothers out there trying different things. I'm proud of that. That brothers are trying to create their own avenue for income. As you were stating, O'Shea, there's so many YouTube channels now since the coronavirus came up, but it's a good thing. And it's also teaching us to where in the Black community, as we grow it, what people we need to kick out of it. Right now, with 30 million people on unemployment, we don't need to hear bullshit. We need to hear on how to get people jobs and how to get their skill sets trained up. We need to hear stuff about how to get into college, how to get into the military, how to become an electrician, how to wire stuff, how to fix this. There is a channel I watched when I was doing my dissertation. When I needed to take my mind, I would watch this guy cut grass.
Wow.
Yes. This guy has 50,000 subscribers. He has one of the zero-turn lawnmowers. It is amazing. The things. Then I watched this farming channel. Then I watched the ASMR. That's this new acronym, ASMR, on people shaving people's faces. It is amazing what is on YouTube, and it's so many things out there. Black men, our community, we could get into mechanics. painting cars. That's in my background. I mean, my dad taught us how. It is just so much stuff to where our manosphere can grow and we don't have to go backwards. Oh, shout out to Myrtle Beach. Oh man, I live Myrtle Beach over there close to Horry County. Yeah, I'm over here close to Aiken, South Carolina. So but yeah, it's a good thing. I'm glad things are slowly changing and we need it. We need hope in the Black community. Things will gradually take off, but we need brothers like ourselves and we need people to set the standard and not let bullshit come through and enforce people. You got to work, as you were stating earlier, you have to work for the result. There is nothing that is going to be handed to your Black ass. And you got to put the work in. Shortcuts are irrelevant right now. You got to go through the fire. I'll give you this analogy. I've been thinking about this and waiting for a show. We all know about football. If you watch football, if you watch Tom Brady or Peyton Manning, once they step up in the pocket, you'll hear the announcers say they know they're going to get hit. So they step up in the pocket and make the throw. You might as well do that in life. Your ass is going to get hit. You might as well step up and deliver. So that's just my 2 cents, to keep everything running forward. And I reached back. There was a guy that was in our group that was interning. He's in Atlanta now. I called him and said, hey, he said, I didn't know I was entitled into the stimulus money. I said, you were an intern. I said, you paid taxes. That is money entitled to you. And I told him to keep calling the Georgia Department of Labor to say, hey, man, that money is entitled to you. You are a U.S. citizen and you are a taxpayer. That money is yours. So I hadn't talked to him in a week or two, but I call and tell him all the time about emergency management jobs. I said, dude, that field is growing. And I've actually reached out to some people. They say right now they're not hiring, but I reach out to them and talk to them to say, hey, man, you're going to get your unemployment. Don't spend your money on stupid shit. Just hold on to it and always just keep talking to him. Because he's like 22 years old, and tell him, to help mentor him. He said, man, I am so thankful, because he didn't know that your student loans after 6 months, if you don't receive a paper, they still gonna want their money. I told him, you are underemployed. You need to tell the student loan people you don't have the money right now and they're deferred for a year. And it's simple things like that. A lot of people don't know that other brothers like ourselves who've been to college, simple stuff like that, defer your loans, ask for a deferment, ask for a forbearance that can save your credit and save everything else.
Thank you, Naima, for the super chat at 389. Go ahead, Brother Hassani.
Brother O'Shea, I was just thinking about it with the elections coming up and everyone, all up in their feelings. I don't know if you heard what happened in Michigan, where there was a militia that was trying to kidnap the governor.
Yeah, I heard about that. Yeah. Oh man, that was serious.
Yeah, these folks, they're crazy out here in Michigan. That they ain't playing. But
carry in Michigan, man.
You say what?
Y'all got open carry in Michigan, just like Texas.
Yep, sure do. So a lot of people are trying to flex their political muscle, but it's funny, O'Shea. I've been really paying attention to all the interracial the videos you've been posting, and what really needs to happen is that right now a lot of us are too comfortable. When there was a time when we were segregated, we didn't have a choice but to work with each other in order to make things happen. But since we have options to go out, people will go out. You know what I mean? People love things that are already set up, things are already that are in place. We flock towards it. And so if we're put in a place where, where we didn't have a choice but to make our own economy, or to only deal with our women because interracial marriage is outlawed or something to a degree. Not I'm saying I'm like like pure anti-interracial, but I am pro-Black family. But we need a type of environment, which we're kind of in now, where we're not going to have any choice but to work with our folks. Right. It's and I'm guilty of this too. So I can say this, where I'll try to initiate a project, and the people involved in the project, are dicking around, not taking it seriously.
Mm-hmm.
Just because they showed up to the meeting, they think that they've done something. And so I've, thrown the towel. I was like, I quit. I can't do no more. But, having that pressure put on you to work with your people is going to make you, meet every day to get on people's asses. Like, hey, this is something we can't play with. But, since we have the opportunity to make money for white institutions, we can date out, money and sex are the top two motivators for humans, it seems like. And so if we go back to having our options limited, then it would help the community. But at the same time, who's gonna who's gonna who's gonna be willing to accept that you're only gonna have to deal with the sisters or the brothers only, and you're only gonna have to work with the community that you brought up in. Like, people will be like, fuck no, I'd rather just let it it burn out in the flames, because like you were saying, how they were treated growing up. But you're seeing it right now, with the climate that's going on politically. You're seeing people starting to divest and say, okay, maybe I need to really start going back and doing what I need to do. Not that Trump is the main issue, because I don't really have a problem with them per se, but even with the perceived image that he's causing all the chaos, you're starting to see black folks really starting to band together and start making some stuff happen.
No, I definitely agree with that. And for me, the perspective for me, and like I said, I don't have problems with the, like Caucasians or, Europeans or anything like that. Well, one of the things I do know is that when you do things in the black community or on the continent of Africa, the support of your own people for something means a lot more than the support of them. I know for a fact that when I came into Black YouTube in the Black male spaces, I mean, the work I was doing, I was immediately elevated by my own people. And that catapulted me into meeting you guys and working with you guys. I don't think that the European community, I know they wouldn't have ever let me do that. And so when I came and started, collaborating with the Ugandan community, the opportunities that they are giving me, I can't get those opportunities anywhere else. So I think that what we need to really realize is that everybody gets their own benefits, usually off their own people. And we have to look at our people as the opportunity. All right. And that's what I look at, and dealing with black men, which is the group that is one of the hardest groups to work with. And Brother Ali and Brother Patrick, we know that dealing with African American men is could be a sore, it could be a problem. But what I realized is that, you know what? Working with our own people is gonna help solve our own problems, and it can help me get further, whether that be financially. It might not be at the same rate, but it's autonomy, right? I have the ability to work with my own people, so my own people can hire and fire me instead of the white man. Now, one thing I do know is that for the most part, black folks will get mad at you, but they're not gonna fire you, right? And I can be myself and deal with our people and collaborate. And I think that's what we should be looking to do. A lot of us that want more autonomy in life, you want more freedom. Europeans are not going to give you that kind of autonomy and freedom. Your own people can give you that autonomy and freedom because they understand you. You could be a little bit more real. All right. You could be a little bit more yourself. I think that we don't appreciate our people enough. There's a sister here from the Ugandan community, Julia, as someone born in Uganda, East Africa, I'm elated hearing this dialogue. Keep it up. And one of the things when I talk to Ugandans and African Americans, you hear the same thing. Man, we just don't appreciate our talent enough, and then that Ugandan moves to London, that Ugandan moves to the United States, Waltham or Massachusetts or DMV, and then they start, integrating, and they're more appreciated. But the reality is, they will never be as powerful as they could be back home in the big of a deal. And I think with the black community is wide open for black people if you want to do the work. And I will say this about our people. As long as you want to be good. Now, we always talk about this. I want to make this clear. All black people don't support businesses. Black people don't do this. Black folks don't do that. We got to get out of that mentality. That's not necessarily true. Okay. Black people will support. Now, it may take longer if you have an educational thing, a more academic thing. But I think here's what happens. People get too frustrated because it doesn't work right away. All right. I've been doing the Ken Ganda channel for 3 years. I spent over $70,000. All right. Every Club Ken Ganda episode we do, we spend $500. All right. On producing that episode. You will never hear me complain talking about black people don't support. I will complain about black people talking shit, but I will never say that black people don't support. Black people support just like anybody else. All right. What we need to do as the African business community, as the African American business community, it's our job to be good. All right. It's our job to, have a certain level of customer service. I know I can be bad at that myself, right? But it's our job to, well, are we meeting what the customer wants? Are we servicing a need, or is our brand the best? Because black customers are just like anybody else's customers. You can make money with your own people. You can collaborate with your own people. And we have the mindset like all black folks won't support. That's bullshit. Black people do support. The way I funded this channel was through a channel that catered to only black men. And do you know what I found out? All you got to do is do the work. And let me say this too. We're also always so concerned about other folks' success. Well, why I got to work harder than this person? Well, let me say this. What you got going on ain't what the other person got going on. You should worry about how that person got going on. You should be worried about what you got going on. And when we dealing with the African and black community, we need to give ourselves time to build to build quality, our time to cater to what's going on. And then you'll be able to have autonomy. Your people will support you. And you just have to have the mindset. If you have the mindset that I can't get supported in the black community, that I can't get supported in Africa, so I need to go somewhere else, then the Chinese don't feel like that. Because if the Arab community felt like that, they wouldn't be selling you pork rinds. If the Indians, they wouldn't be selling you cigarettes and Kool-Aid and all that stuff. So the thing about it is this: we got to look at our people as business partners, people we can partner with. On the continent of Africa, partnerships. Nigeria, partnerships. Black America, partnerships. All right, catering to our people to solve problems. Nobody wanted to do that, but if you could come in and do that, then you would be able to send your kids to the best colleges and all that. And then, the whites wouldn't come onto the blacks and do the same thing, or come start companies in Africa. And then you take that money away to do that. So we got to start looking at our people as people that we can work with, because we can work with them. I'm a living witness that black men, you can work with them. There are black men. Listen, when I came into the manosphere, it was not an economy. I can guarantee you the black manosphere community is at least a $5 million a year community. The last thing I got to worry about every month is money. Every month I know I got money coming. I'm not even worried about it. In the Pan-African community, if it's about money, I ain't got to worry about it. I know that it's going to be there, because I have enough faith in people that I know that, well, our people are going to support us because we're good. I ain't got to worry about that. I know that as long as I'm continue to be good, I'm going to get the support. So I don't give a shit about that. Black people got to start to think the same way. And when you start to think the same way, then, everybody going to have some bad experiences. Everybody going to get scammed. Everybody going to, get some bullshit, whatever. But, we got to start having faith. And I'm going to say this for some people that can't believe I'm going to say this, right? Because I've never been a person that consider myself Pan-African until recently. I always consider myself as an African-American with Pan-African leanings. But a lot of African-Americans need to have more faith in Black America and need to have more faith in working with Africans. That's the only way you're gonna make it. You got to start having faith in blacks, and there's so much opportunity. I can't tell it all. And in Black America, is so much opportunity. Africa, so much opportunity. If you're a person that you want to do something in business, why are you leaving Black America? I mean, I can see you leaving Black America to Africa, but you should be trying to work. Those are where you need it at. You need it there the most. Caribbean, Black America, that's where you're needed at. The whites don't need you. You're needed there. So if you can do that, because every time you don't develop your own people, you lose money. When you don't develop or administrate your own communities, you don't administrate things with your own people, you lose money. So there's economies that could be set up in the Black community that are not there because they're just not set up. They're not built. So how can you even benefit from that? You don't even have them. So start them. Even if you lived in a town like Pine Bluff, Arkansas, 40,000, 50,000 people there. That's enough money in that town to make somebody a millionaire. Just that one small town. So it's opportunities everywhere. We just need to start working with people to find them. It's people talk about Uganda is so poor. Man, I see people all the time, man. Go downtown. You see guys coming down there. $20,000, $1 million. I was in Tanzania, true story. I'm turning forward. I was in Dar es Salaam. Man, I didn't even want to hear how poor Tanzania was. This dude came in there with about $200,000, man. Like in a bag. Just at the forex. And it was exchanging it to Tanzanian shillings. He had to use 5 bags of shillings to get in his truck. And I see it every day. I see people hold money like that all the time. So it's people that are being successful. We just gotta get involved. Go ahead, brother. Thank you, brother Andre. Go ahead, brothers.
Yeah. Oh, hold on. You can hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Oh yeah, with brother Andre Hatchett. Yeah, a true story. A couple of weeks ago, y'all know that was my first time using a mobile notarizer service. And I Googled it, and there were so many. The person told me they're so booked, and that's something in the future I might even think about doing myself. I forgot how much money I paid the lady. I just needed to get something notarized. And I thought about that. I was going to say when Andre Hatchett was on the channel the other night, but he dropped off. But yeah, I didn't know how big of a business that was, being a notarizer. And I think I paid, I can't remember, $25, $30, but I just wanted to throw that out there. But there is, the thing is, I would like to really help the Black community because I know and see what's coming. And the thing is, I would have to have full control. The thing is, like I was saying earlier, we need to kick out the people with all this other stuff, worrying about women and worrying about other nonsense. Right now is the time to prepare. That is the biggest thing. And to strengthen the Black community, to lead it forward, we need to have strong brothers with, these are the standards. This is what it is. If you don't like it, you get the hell on. And our community just really needs people that'll put their foot down. And we need to kick out the people that don't want to follow suit. That's what every other community does. If you think about other communities and the people I interacted with, they will straight up and say, this is what we have to follow in the community. If we don't want to follow by the rules, we have to leave, or it brings shame upon the family. So to restore our Black community, there's criteria that has to be met. And I would say we would rename it the new Black community. No bullshit. We coming straight forward. If you don't abide by the rules, you got to get the fuck out. And that is what we really need right now. And on my aspect, that's what I'm working on. I'm not a person full of talk, trying my best to educate people and let them know what's coming, and just trying to work with other brothers like O'Shea, Coach Ali, Gabe, and the rest of the guys on the Hall of Game, to use our skill set to help better our community so that it can advance and compete with the rest of the world. Because how the world is moving forward, we're going to have to be able to compete. We're going to have a sense of resiliency, and we're going to have to just have goals in mind and have to sit there and reach those and take it from there. You could jump in, Coach. I'm finished.
Just to add in a point to that really quickly. So I had to sit there and think about it, because Brother O'Shea was talking about how, we need to start depending on, ourselves as brothers, and also depend on the Africans. And because of the manosphere, I got a core group, outside of the Hall of Game brothers. You, Dr. D, Brother Gabe, and also there's a brother named Coach K on YouTube, and also Frank Rivers. His channel is View from the Man Cave.
Oh yeah,
And
yeah, yeah.
and so when I when my baby boy was born, they actually ended up sending me some love financially, and that started a whole group where we started in the Facebook group that we're in. We would find the other other YouTubers who are fathers, and and for everyone that had a child on the way or had a baby, we all send them money just to show that
man,
we care about.
I didn't even know that you had the baby. How old is the baby now? Like 1 week, 2 weeks?
No, he's a month.
Month.
Yeah,
okay.
You've been working.
Oh yeah, I remember when Coach Ali said his son
wife was
Adam.
Remember that?
It's been a minute, man. I think we haven't did a Hall of Game in almost about 5-6 months.
It might have been like 3 months, something like that. But it's been a while, yeah.
So baby's been here. That child is large, but we just but we established a community within the Facebook group to say, YouTubers, if you're fathers or going to be fathers, we've been, all, kicking in and showing love to brothers who are new fathers. I just sent a gift to a YouTuber. He's like a commentator for Auburn football. The brother's name is Vernon. I can't think of the name of his channel right now, but we're just because of the manosphere, we've been circling our wagons and saying, let's show that we actually care about each other. Now, and granted, this is just for the fathers, but Counselor Murray, we've been supporting him financially when he goes on Brother Bernard Riley's show, Mail and Enlightenment TV. It's all about cryptocurrency. I've gotten a consultation from him, but with the space opening up the way it is, brothers are really starting to take the charge to say, Black America, this is what we're, this is what America's turning into. And so, as we still need to keep our foot on the gas, we are seeing brothers starting to step up, even brothers who kind of live in a shell. They're maybe not big time speakers or not, social people, but you're starting to see these people starting to creep up and come up and say, hey, these are my expertise. If you want to learn, follow the channel. And so we got so many more brothers stepping up, for people to, widen our interest. Because one thing I enjoy is with Mail Enlightenment TV, it's a brother talking about cryptocurrency. He talks to you, you vibe with him differently than, going to a mainstream channel talking about crypto or maybe gold and silver. And so
and that's the brother that's in New York, right? He in New York, right?
Yeah, I think he's in New York. And so, even when I did a couple videos because I collect silver myself, and I put my Facebook in my description link, and I had like 10 brothers reach out like, oh, I didn't know, brothers were collecting silver like that. Like, yeah, And so, getting this space out here and showing that other brothers have more interest than just, chasing females and fitness. I mean, fitness is important. Don't get me wrong, because I'd definitely be, on there trying to get some fitness tips. But, we have so many we have such a diverse areas of interest that brothers have that we didn't know that we're getting any kind of play in our arenas, and they starting to finally see these brothers step up. And I think hopefully for the next 5 to 10 years, you're going to see a big explosion in content creators, and starting to see, almost like our subcultures all online, which I think will be a big step for us.
Go ahead, brother, Dr. D.
Oh, I'm good. I was glad to get off in a bit, but I just added my 2 cents, and we got a lot of work to do as the Black community, to move forward and to push forward and to get everything back right. And I wrote this under a comment. I've been rocking with O'Shea. I think it was the summer of 2015. I remember I remember the first video. You know, I wanted to say congrats, man, for hitting 100K. And y'all don't stop. We're trying to get to 200K because you know Negroes think once you hit one goal, that's it. No, we got. And
oh my goodness!
I remember seeing the first video, man, of O'Shea in that. He did a car video, and man, I don't remember what kind of car it was, but yeah, I remember, man, when you had less than 500 subscribers. And I've been following the channel ever since. So, man, I want to say congratulations on getting 100K. And I remember you doing your bathroom videos, man. I think you would do it in between classes. You would see the shower curtain to the right. O'Shea would.
Yep.
And I would say, why is this thing in the bathroom doing videos? And you would see the shower curtain. So that shit, you know, the thing about it shows progression from O'Shea from a car to getting a pole lamp, from being in the bathroom. Then he started traveling. Then he started doing videos. So it's a progression. And over 5 years, man, you know, I was talking with my fiance today, man. I said, we've been dating for 3 years. And it's kind of you like want to say, man, somebody need to stop life from moving so fast because life is moving so fast. And I think about 5 years ago what I was doing. So I just wanted to say, man, congrats on your channel, man, you know, and just keep up the good work.
Oh man, thank you so much, brother. I really appreciate everybody. Yeah, you know, I moved away from a lot of the nigga shit that I used to do. But you know, I think that, you know, starting, you know, over on this channel, it's really helped you know, connect to a different community. You know, and I still do some things over there, but everything that I've ever gotten on social media has been, you know, Black people help me do it. I never had to cater to anybody else to do it. I never had to do, you know, I've been able to work with two of the toughest groups you can work with, Black men and pro-Blacks. And boy, let me tell you, Black men and pro-Blacks, I will tell you, you know, raccoons are actually easy to work with. It's the pro-Blacks that be hard. Your coons is you know, coons are easy to deal with. You know, that's, you know, they're just, you know, bring them a white woman and they give you all the money. But working in the pro-Black sector and working with Black men, woo-wee. But I tell you, it's been fruitful. But I want everybody to be able to experience at least some of the things that I've been able to experience to say. As you know, when I was coming to Africa before, I've been here like 8 times, right? But I would never show what I was doing. You know, I was never showing what I was doing. And George told me, look, I know you're doing things in Africa, but you got to get out there and show people what you're doing. I was like, man, well, you know, I just want to produce a channel. But what I didn't know that so many people wanted to see me interact with, you know, Africans, which is why if you look at my newest podcast, you know, me and Jonita got a podcast now. You seen it on my page?
Yeah,
I've seen it.
So people, you know, wanted to see that, oh, okay, well, an African American can come to Africa and they're not gonna just kill him. You know, like they don't hate you. And it's just like, you know, a lot of people need to have that same mentality, even the Black community in America. You know, Africans don't hate you. All right. You know, you got crazy folks everywhere. The Black community don't hate you. You know, if you're a person that is talented and you are serious about doing the work, you're gonna get far. Just be encouraged. You know, if you're a person in the African community, be encouraged. You know, wherever you are at, you can work with people from there. I mean, in Poland, I'm not even a Nigerian. I've worked with Nigerian embassies to throw Africa help with Africa Day events. I've helped with you know, Nigerian summits as an African American. I've helped develop you know, Independence Day parties as an African American. Just being there, right? I mean, just getting involved. So, you know, wherever you are, there are going to be some Black people, right? You can work wherever you are in your talents of administrating people can take you far. Just being a person that is an organizer is what a lot of the parts of the Black community, bringing people together is a skill, and that's something that can get you paid. If you can't do nothing else, but if you're a person that can just bring Black people together, you're $1 million person, don't know it. Just bringing black people together is a business, right? Because we so divided. If you can bring African Americans together, that's one thing. If you can bring African Americans and other folks together, whoo, that's another. Because now you're doing things that that the African Union can't do a lot of times. So be a person that bring people together. It's a lot of people that feel the way that we feel about Black America, that feel that we feel about Africa. People are people want to work with Black folks. Have that in mind. Everybody's not going to want to work with you, but just bring people together. You can bring people together on a Zoom call like this. You can bring people together in a conference. Be the person that unites our people. And when you unite our people, you can solve problems. You can't solve problems by yourself. All of us on this panel, if we have an issue, whether it's a show topic or something, we can email each other, say, hey, brother, do you know somebody who does this? And I can go in my Rolodex, and now my network is bigger. I could find somebody here. I can insert this person. Same thing with like Brother Maurice November was a good example. When I found out what he could do, I could forward him to that person, Brother Antoine Wade. So bring people together, and then you get more information, you get more help, you get all that. All you have to do is invest in bringing people together. It's not always about money. Money is important, but if you invest in just changing your mentality about how you deal with Black folks, because we talk about everything in the Black community. We talk about money, business, money standing in the Black community, but you don't talk about how you should be thinking about dealing with your other Black people. That's the main part. Because see, if you don't think like that, your money not gonna stay in the community no matter how good you're doing. All Black folks in America right now could get all the degrees they want, and we actually more educated now than we've ever been, and we have less money. But because our attitudes towards our people is what's messed up. And that's how white folk and Asian folk keep beating us. But if we were to teach our people, our children, everybody else, hey, your mentality towards your people should be this, and give your people more of a chance, you would see the Black community having more money into it. You would see more Black businesses because people would appreciate each other more so. A lot of people in Africa and in America, they have education, they have money, and there's no appreciation of their people. So you can't do nothing. When I'm in Uganda, I appreciate everything that they do for me. I'm appreciative because they ain't got to do it. They're appreciative of me. You can get far with people when there's respect. All right? When you have respect for people, then you can do stuff. If a person appreciates your talent, and I hate to say this, much like the African American community, this is one of the first few times that I've been someplace and I actually really felt that a lot of Blacks appreciated what I do here, or what I'm trying to do. And that's not uncommon for a lot of African Americans, right? Like, whoa, man, should I go back to the Black community in America? Because, man, they kind of like what I do here. You know what I mean? So we don't want it to get that bad, But the thing about it is this. I can honestly say that this has been one of the few times I think in my life, outside of the metaphor, that in Africa, I feel like really, really appreciated. Like, really, I get emails all the time. So I just want to say that if you can appreciate people and respect your people, then the money can stay in Black neighborhoods. Then you will support Black businesses. But you cannot support Black businesses if you ain't got no report. Dr. D, if I don't have respect for my own people, I can't do shit. I don't care how much money you give me. I don't care how much education you give me. If I don't have no respect for my people, I'm not going to support them. The first thing that you have to have is respect for each other. Once I have respect for my people, then I can have $1 million. I can have $10. But that $10, if I respect my people, if I can spend it with them, I'm going to do it. And that's something that Africans and African Americans got to start to have. Respect for one's people. Put your people first. If you different tribes, whatever, your tribe, whatever, okay, then your people. Once you start to do that, then you can get Black businesses. For me, like on my channel, when I see Ugandan businesses, I even put Ugandan businesses first over any other country's business. Like there are people here talking about, for example, from the Gambia. One person hit me up talking about they do tourism in the Gambia. I told them to go somewhere else. I said, unfortunately, this channel is about the Ugandan diaspora and connecting it to the African American diaspora, whoever else. So the people that get to use the platform are the Ugandan diaspora. That's who I'm pushing. I'm pushing what Uganda has to offer to the rest of the world. So even when it comes to different countries, I give them that respect to say, okay, this is what Uganda has to offer everybody else. I'm putting the Uganda first. And when you can do that, that's how you develop networks. When you can do that, that's how you can develop friendships. That's how I was able to develop a friendship with the Design Hub. We got tomorrow we have the Hive collab. We have Tubayo Tours again. We have people coming through the podcast because I'm putting people first. So if Black folks do that, you get opportunities. That's what's missing in Black American Africa. Lack of respect. Then once you solve that respect problem, then you solve the money problem. But you cannot do anything without respect for one's people. If it's the African American community or the Pan-African community. When the Pan-African community do not respect it, you cannot do shit. And so we gotta start talking to our people. Number one is if you see in the street, start speaking. Hello, how you doing? Acknowledging each other, acknowledging all this. Because we could talk finance and business and investment. If you don't have no respect for each other, all you're gonna do is take that money and go spend it with the white folks. You're not gonna put that other initiative in because you don't respect your people. Black people have to start respecting their own people. When you respect your own people, then the Chinese can't come and do that. The Arabs can't come into your community and set up shops. Because I can tell you one thing: none of you can go to if Chinatown is in every city in America. Detroit, they got Chinatown, brother?
Yeah.
Okay. The Chinese have so much respect for their people, they put up restaurants all in Chinese letters. In other words, telling you, we don't want your black ass business. We don't want you Negroes coming in our store. We want our people to support our business, so everything is in Chinese. The menu, the outside name. Now, if you come in, they'll sell you some stuff if you bother them enough. But they're saying we don't even need your business, even though it's Detroit, even though it's Atlanta. You Negroes, we don't even want your support. We don't even need your money.
Yeah, you're right. And it's even though it's very small, they're very particular. Even in Mexican town, every store is in Spanish, every item is in Spanish, and they kind of look like, if you don't know what you want, you better, get your ass up out of here because we're here to serve our people. But they all have their respective places to shop.
That's even here in Africa. Do you know how many stories are in Nigeria, in Kenya? The Chinese people will come to Africa, open up their own Chinese restaurants, and refuse to serve you. And then Africans will be mad about the fact that they can't go into the Chinese stores and buy stuff in Africa. The Chinese will come to Africa, and they're not even that many people. Only like 50,000 Chinese people in Nairobi. They will come to Africa and won't sell to you. Think about that. They will come to Kenya and to Nigeria and will tell you, get out. We don't even want your money. That's the mentality that they have. When black people start operating on that situation, that's the Ugandan community, that's the Kenyan community, that's whoever listens to this, African American community. When you start looking at it like that, then you will have what they have. Until then, you're not going to be able to catch up with them because you don't have their mentality. The Indian community has been living in Uganda for hundreds of years. They won't touch no Ugandan person. They ain't gonna marry you. They ain't gonna have sex with you like that. And we'll tell you in a minute. No, we're not gonna deal with y'all. But that's the respect they have for their people. They own everything. Diamond Trust Bank. They own all the technology stuff. They own all the things here because the respect that they have for their people. Black folks have to be proud to be who they are and have respect. So that's all I wanted to say. Once you start having respect and being proud to be black, then you can support black business. Then you can help your brothers come up. But until you have that respect, nothing will change. Nothing will change. So, guys, any last words?
I'm good.
I told we could get on this and do this again sometime soon.
Yeah, I'm trying to get back. It's actually 5:24 in the morning, so I'm trying to get back consistent with some of the streams. I the Ken Ghana channel for hosting. Usually we do this on my main channel, but I think that for more serious discussions, we might move it over here because I think that I would like some of the brothers from the Hassani and Dr. D to meet some of the international people because we have a more of an international audience over here. So we have a lot of people. Yeah, a lot of people from the Ugandan diaspora here, the British community is here. So we want to start bringing in people on and participating on live streams, and so we could, we can grow together. Guys, thank you so much, you brothers. Brother Ali, I'm gonna have to send my gift over too. I didn't know the baby was born. So thank you so much. Thank you, Dr. D, and see you guys tomorrow. We have a really, really good day with a lot of good shows. Judy, who set up HBCU? Is that Howard or who? Who's that? Comment below. What's the HBCU going to Ghana? All right. And thank you so much, everybody. Peace out.